week because we're down a player until Fish shows up.
And it's his place, you know?
I just put squid creatures. They weren't like real squid, were they? They were like weird squid.
Internetians.
Weren't they like floating, flying squids or something?
He wasn't a flying. Wait, was he flying?
No, more like floating, like you said.
I thought they were like kind of floating in the
their
air.
tentacles were moving them along.
Oh, okay. I thought they were up in the air like this.
Well, their feet were. It was just the tentacles in front were on the ground.
Okay, I must have been picturing something completely different. I'm just imagining like these things just flopping around like.
No, picture it like.
It's the snails.
Or maybe more they was like standing up with their squid with their tentacles.
Oh, wait,
like.
yeah, sorry, I remember you showed us the last week. He looks a bit short. He looks like a Tomberry, but a squid version.
Like
He's a Squidward. It's simple.
He's Squidward, alright.
Wait, here we go.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was up in the air and it had feet.
Well, I don't know if it has feet, but basically, like the main body's up here, and then.
But you drawn feet and you put an arrow and you wrote feet.
Just in case you can't tell.
Guys, what's the size of what we saw to describe? Or are we
Can I get a couple people just to roll random checks for me real quick?
Sure.
I would just like 3 attack rolls. That's it. So until that thing gets hit with 3 attack rolls, then we're good.
I will do 3 different rolls.
Okay, that's 2. Just need 1 more. That's good.
I'm
That's good.
doing
That's good.
it.
That's good. Stop.
Roll. Keep rolling.
Roll off.
Improvise bonus.
Anyway.
Great. Thank you.
Oh, I like I bought this dice set and they have a little animation and they make a noise when you roll them.
Which one?
Pretty cool. They had them on sale. They had like they on Beyond D&D they had their dice packs that went on sale. So I bought a couple when they were cheap.
Some of them are really nice.
Oh yeah, there's new backgrounds.
Really?
Oh yeah, I should look through those.
I bought a set where it's like they're all metal as well.
Ooh.
We only get the new
Another
backgrounds of
one?
your subscriber.
He's talking about the dice.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Oh, there.
I paid for them dice. Paid for them.
Dice.
Yeah, I pre-ordered the rhyme book, so I've been using those.
I'll pay for them their dice. They belong to me.
Yeah, dice. What I want.
I paid money. I don't mind because they're nice dice and I use this thing every week. So.
For me.
Yarr.
They will roll.
So somebody in the Unite community that I raided like 2 days ago, instead of raiding somebody in Pogo, they like really appreciated the raid. They showed up like as soon as I was in the category. They like showed up in Pogo to come watch me stream Pokemon Go for a little bit and then subbed. And I was like, "You're the nicest person. I'm raiding you again. That was amazing."
Oh wait, I've seen these new backgrounds.
What a nice bow.
Some of them are recycled, Cari, so we may not necessarily always get them. They said that they're... Oh my god, fuck me. They said they're going to be utilizing stuff in the... Why? What the fuck? Did they change this again, Cari? Change sheet appearance. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, this was kind of complicated to get to.
I don't understand how they are so bad at this intuition of like setting this up. There's way too many sub menus.
Change.
Dude, I was doing D&D with my nieces and I couldn't roll anything above an 8.
Yep.
All session.
Oh really?
All session.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
He's playing with your nieces. That's
The
nice.
power of youth compels you.
But they beat you, or well, I guess it's not competitive like that sense, is it? But...
Beating,
Yeah, you're not meant to beat them.
That's supposed to be
Except
not
for
a good
when
idea.
it's me versus Goldy, then I'm supposed to beat him.
I will never let you beat me. I will never let you beat me. It would be a great dishonor for me to lose against you.
Who rolled
Dishonor on
218?
you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your whole family.
Leave my
Hang on,
car. He's
What's
innocent.
rolled 218? What was you rolling? 218.
All right.
20d20.
Fish.
Very nice.
2020.
All right, Fish is here.
The fish
Hey.
has arrived.
Hi, Fish.
Hello.
All right, Fish and Goldy are gonna switch places for the time being.
Oh, thank you.
You look so snazzy in that picture. It's tiny. I can barely see.
Tiny, handsome man.
You
Yeah, I don't know how
like
to
tiny
view.
handsome man.
How do I view his profile?
Handsome man in Lilliput.
Why does that sound like David Bowie saying that?
Oh, okay. I was thinking like something from Disney with a character, but that works too.
Tiny, handsome man. Oh, thank you, Mr. Bowie.
I don't know how to make the image bigger though.
Tiny, handsome man. Also, I have no internet in my place, so I'm just tuning in on my phone right now.
Your face.
Oh,
Oh,
yikes.
there.
All right, I'm gonna
The
switch.
face.
So, let me ask you a question then. Can I reasonably expect that there's no webcam for the whole session, correct?
That is correct.
Excellent. Okay. So that means that I can just switch these overlay things and we're all set.
No, we don't have
Yeah.
to see your tiny handsome face.
I feel you. I remember doing the early sessions on my phone and
You just get this handsome bastard the whole time.
Oh, we
Amazing.
had a fusion.
Are you ready to go, Fish, or do you need a
Emperor.
couple more minutes?
You can start, yeah.
Technically-
I think by the
actually
time
have to
we
say
get-
anything, I'll be up and running.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot to get my phone. I have to lurk. I will return.
It won't be his turn
Why don't
immediately
you just
anyway.
do it on your computer?
I think.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hotspot my computer to at least bring up
I don't know why
Okay.
I'm
level 20.
That's
do
fine.
it on her phone. I don't...
What's that?
She's worried that if she has lurk stuff going on her computer, it's running her computer's power and it'll kick her out of the Discord call again. Because she's
Yeah,
running like
who-
Roll20 and the
Jodie or
Discord
Devii?
call and no, this is Cari.
Oh,
Okay.
does that
I can't hear you, Cari. That's what I just said. Okay. Also, for those of you that are just now tuning into the VOD, we have two minor announcements that we had at the very end of last week, which might have gotten publicized and might not have been online. I don't remember, but today is Cari's birthday and yesterday was Mesh's birthday, so happy birthday to both of you. If you do not have inspiration, you can have it. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday inspiration.
Happy birthday to everyone here.
So you're both 21 then, yeah?
And if I missed your birthday and didn't give you
Forever
inspiration on your
21.
birthday, then shame on you for not telling me it was your birthday. So I will not
Jodie,
take. I will
hate
not
the
shoulder the blame
connotation
for
of
not
that
knowing it was your birthday.
What? What?
My birthday today too.
Okay, very
Okay.
funny, Fish.
Oh, it's
Very
not
funny.
my birthday's in October.
I'm like the
It's not my
only
birthday.
person who knows that you're Joshing right now.
That would be too much of a coincidence.
All right.
I didn't know they both had birthdays in April. I know it happened last year, but I do not remember. I really don't remember.
A lot of people have birthdays in April for some reason.
All right. Let's get started. I would like.
I did the same thing you're doing right now. I was like, what time of year was it? When?
I would like Breker to do the summary if you are up for it this hour.
Last week, we stormed the mollusk hull from the second floor. Mesh scouted out the ground floor, gave us there was 4 enemies down below. Came back to us, went back down again to get in position, and the troop barreled down the stairs and shredded through a couple of smaller lightweight squid enemies. A large, not humanoid, patchwork type of creature was giving us some trouble, but we managed to drag it up to the northern wall and manacle it to the wall. Just as we were getting ready to slowly burn it to death in the holy fire of Tyr, a small
Don't remember that bit.
With a little laser pistol came down the stairs and restarted combat once again and was leveling a shot at Devii.
Yes.
What came down the stairs?
Tomberry. It's not Tomberry.
A top.
It's a Rade. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, this Tomberry is a lethal man. They got the big old the knife and they wanted to cut you up, man.
Redivix. I'm not saying that right, am I?
Where is the underscore I wanted here?
Oh,
I think it was this one.
We chained up that thing.
Yes.
Floating down is a very small, almost Cthulhu-esque creature with what seems to be a rounded head of a octopus with more jet black and inky eyes than what you would normally see, and resting upon what would normally be the head that seems to have replaced it. Then there seems to be some very weird fingers curled around a golden looking crossbow without a bow on it, and a very small spindly spine sticking out of what you can only imagine is a bolt of some kind coming out of the lever action. Floating below the robes, you can see a few more tentacles kind of loosely fitting, and the creature does not seem to be touching the floor or the stairs as it glides into the room. Devii and Vanvalor are the first to see it, and as he rounds the corner, leveling a pistol looking object for those of you that are kind of meta, I guess you could say. He waves it in front of Vanvalor and Devii before surveying the room and seeing the carnage. You all begin to hear something in your minds.
Right. What have you done? Speak. Someone speak.
Hello.
You.
Is anyone else hearing that? I'm getting kind of freaked out right
I'm
now.
trying to remember, did we attack first?
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
We
okay.
led the charge.
Devii is the only one close enough to see this, as it seems that there's a pause in the initiative order.
Oh, so we can't see this thing?
You guys can see it floating, as I'm imagining that everyone can get a decent view of as it comes over to Devii, and this energy is like a searing hot iron coming in through the back sides of your mind and speaking inside of your craniums. It is incredibly unnerving, and you know the direction because of only one reason, and it seems that the creature is allowing you to use this, is kind of using this searing pain and this way of speaking into your minds to guarantee that you can direct your attention towards it because it is wanting your attention. It's this very unnatural way of manipulating your minds in order to focus your attention on a single point. It's almost like an innate sense of direction, if you will. And Devii, please make me an insight check because you're the only one that's close enough to see this.
$24.
For the sake of this event, in the next couple of sequences throughout today, especially, I will be DMing players instead of speaking things. So I'd appreciate it if you keep these to yourselves.
Rob, I'm wondering, can I tell if this message is coming from the creature manacled to the wall, or can I tell it's coming from someplace
100% not coming from that creature. That thing is way too stupid to do anything like that.
Breker, did you take off Blackie from your shoulder last time? I don't know what you did with that.
No.
So he's on you. With your aura active. Would that hurt him? I don't know.
I believe Rob suggested we custom rule it a bit so it no longer burns allies.
Okay, yeah, that is true. I remember that.
And I would also like to think that Breker in his mind would be just like on repeat, foul slavers face justice now.
So we can all hear this thing talking to us, right?
It's
So Breker, you verbalized this in your mind or out loud?
This is kind of like my internal thought train. This is just Breker's internal dialogue.
Understood. Also, if you guys could do me a favor, I would like all of you in the room to please let me know what you are thinking in character and DM it to me.
In character, and
yes.
Yeah.
And please try to make it as brief as possible. And like, you don't have to include a lot of details. It just needs to be like what's running through your mind as soon as this happens.
Oh.
Someone had a bad thought.
This one starts heavy because it loops perfectly, so sorry about that.
Would any doppelganger traits kind of interfere with this psychic stuff? I don't know.
Give me... You know what, Mesh? Give me an intelligence save. Let's just see how this plays out.
Okay.
It's a good question.
16 plus... I think it's a 1. That's my thing.
On the saving throw section, yeah.
Saving throw, not
yes.
Regular. Okay,
correct.
So plus 4, so 20. 30,
okay.
20.
So you're getting this very weird kind of... Think of this as like... everything seems to be working properly, but there seems to be an underlying tone of static, almost like a bad phone call. And in addition, it seems that if there's a way to really describe this to you, it's that the capabilities that you have are well trained and natural. What you are experiencing in your mind is something that can only be described as a perfected version of what you have. and a level of mastery beyond what you even thought was comprehension, like effortless. Think of this like somebody who's really good, naturally talented at something at a apprenticeship versus the master that has been doing this for a couple of decades. But in this sense, the difference is not a couple of decades. It would be more akin to D&D lore, where something has been closer to centuries. Kind of the level of difference in the abilities, if I can just help you understand the gap that you're kind of dealing with here. So it's that weird thing where it doesn't feel like it's that different, but at the same time, vastly changed. But yeah, you got very high in your score there, so it doesn't really affect you much more than that, and you can understand all of that. Okay, so Devii, did you say something to him out loud, or did you say that
Yeah.
in...
No, because he said someone speaking. She said hello, and then I haven't been able to say anything since.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for submitting all of your responses there.
There will be no justice, you, if you move. You'll face my wrath, which is far worse.
I should
Just a moment.
And the creature scans the room as you talk out loud and tries to meet eyes with Mesh, but can't. There's some sort of obstruction there, but Mesh, you can like feel the gaze mentally. Interesting.
You're talking with me.
You don't hear this.
No, I'm just saying he said Wade, so she's like, I'm the one you're talking to. Don't make me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, he is training his pistol-looking object. Again, I'm using our words, but you guys know what that is.
Right.
And as he does this, kind of sends that wave of information to you, Mesh. Scans to where Goldy, I think. No. Jodie, where Mesh is, or where your character Chalcedony is at, and says,
I'm not going after anything or anyone yet. All I want
Is she saying it?
is answers. This is in your mind.
Okay.
and he's individually sending this to you. And then to the group of you, after it meets eyes with back at Devii. In your mind, Devii, you feel a little stronger, but the rest of you also hear, I don't know who this is, but if you think it's that one, points his pistol at him, to Torterra. I'm not his captor.
What are you to him?
Has it moved at all?
No.
This thing?
No.
From
I would like
position?
Torterra to have the floor for a second. So, if you would like, I'm going to give everyone about half of your speed. Maybe like in theory, this should be about a quarter of your speed. If you would like to move your character, get a better eye vantage point of this character, because this is a very tense situation. So I would like you to roleplay it out situationally, but I'm saying that despite this being an initiative order, it's kind of like a freeze, and I'm going to allow you guys to kind of move a little bit within reason to what your characters are role-playing out with this very tense situation, if you would like to make eye contact with the creature. So while you're doing that, Torterra, you cannot actually see him yet. You're pretty much the only person who can't see this thing yet. So what would you like to do specifically?
I could hear him talking though, couldn't I?
In your mind, yes.
Well, I'd like to step around to get a better vantage point.
Okay. Your best bet is to probably look at him over the boxes next to Cal, or you can go between Cal and Goldy, if you'd like. It's probably within reason.
So, like here?
Yeah, ish. You can see him in clear shot now.
Mm-hmm.
As you look at him, I am not gonna make you roll for this, but you have had your curse removed. And you know what? I think this is better if I just DM this to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go.
And how do I want to ask this?
Rob, the doors behind us here are the same fleshy ones, right?
1 second.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, cool.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
I don't want to outright tell you that one.
Yeah.
And to answer Mesh's question, yes. These are fleshy type doors. Also, while you guys, again, as a reminder, you guys would remember that this place is significantly warmer than the outside, but it is still not warm enough to live in. If that makes sense. So like when you're in the inns and stuff, you know that they're cold and drafty, but like with a bunch of blankets and stuff, you could probably make it by, right? This is far beyond that. For the sake of this, I'm going to kill the turn order unless you guys make an aggressive action. It also, just because Goldy's insight's very high, the creature that you guys locked into the side is continually to burn, but is actually docile. Unless Breker turns that thing off, I'm going to let it keep going. But
I'm going to turn it off then.
You're going to turn it off? Okay, yeah. As soon as this thing came down here, it had stopped any aggressive actions and has just retained being docile. But I will take off some damage. So how much is it per round? 4?
4.
Okay. I'm gonna say you did about 24 damage to it, just somewhere around there. About 4 or 5 rounds, because you guys have been talking a little bit here. Okay.
Torterra, what's going on? Why is it not attacking us?
Also, Torterra's body kind of freezes for a brief second as he makes eye contact, and then kind of shakes out of it.
Something's not right. This guy has some sort of feeling towards...
I didn't hear that from Devii.
I said, something's not right. This guy has feelings towards these creatures.
I take out my spear and kind of get it at the ready, aimed at this guy. Not saying anything, just watching.
Torterra, what kind of feelings am I getting from you?
Suspicion.
We,
I don't trust this guy yet.
our friend Torterra was a prisoner here. We've never seen anything like you before. There's this amalgamation of a monster over there with mindless creatures. For all I know, you could be demons.
Which one?
I mean, which one?
That name. Which one? Torterra.
Devii, you can kind of see him, and Torterra.
Who are
You
you?
two are kind of both keyed into this. The name kind of. It's almost like his. It's like a character in a video game that like does the little glitch thing. Where he's like glitching through the map, or his head's just like he does that for a second, which is very unnerving.
You know Torterra.
Which one?
Beside me.
You guys can notice that he can't really see over the box.
Okay.
Is it really small?
He's really fucking short.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was that small.
I'll back up. Can't see him.
Look,
Or her.
you seem disturbed.
Obviously.
Wait, where are you backing up to?
Right next to these
You
doors.
stay away from her.
Right next to these doors.
He's actually backing away from me.
Come over here where I can see you. Now.
Where you speaking?
All of you. Just where I can see you. You don't have to get closer. Just I need to see you.
I'm gonna follow Torterra.
Also, what's with this ship? What is this place? Are you here to kill people in this area? We've seen so many people in Icewind Dale that have come summoning strange things to kill people in this area.
To my knowledge, we have not killed anything.
Slavery is worse than murder.
We have not enslaved anything. The only murderers here are you all, because there are 3 bodies here.
Know why we did nothing to explain. Probably know. Here to kill people.
Rob, can I insight that to see if he's lying?
Yeah, you can.
I was gonna do it, but I'm too far away.
20.
Yeah.
On a 20, you get a little bit more.
How do you recognize Torterra?
I knew him.
He was a captive here. He had his mind, or were we told that his mind was messed with? I think we did.
I think he's.
I'm not quite
No.
sure.
At least aware
I
of it.
think,
No, I
he,
don't. I don't want to metagame, so that's why I'm asking if we were told in game.
Oh. I think he said several times that he can't remember stuff when we asked him that.
And he has a curse. I can exactly at least say that. I don't know what happened, but there was some form of curse or something. Capacity. I don't know anything about this.
Were you involved in the experiments?
Were you?
I think you know I bloody well I was involved.
You all see him like lower his pistol or lower this makeshift crossbow.
I think we should specify involved as into what role our involvement was.
Just kind of looks confused at the floor for a second. Also, as a side note, I should have said this at the start, that clicking sound you guys heard last week has not gone away and is furiously ticking, and it sounds like it's coming from him.
Oh, I think it's a bomb.
But it has not done anything besides get faster.
Okay.
Just very slightly. And in addition, to answer, who was it? What did Torterra say next? Sorry.
I said I think you know that I was involved in the experiments.
Mind.
Torterra, please make an intelligence save.
Torterra, can you... You probably don't have the map open.
Oh, Torterra has bless.
Has what?
You have bless on you from me. What does bless do? You bless up to 3 blah 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 blah.
That's not a good roll.
I don't know. Whenever
No.
a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll.
D4.
You can roll a d4 and add it to that.
Okay, that's good.
Can I ask if that would help?
What did you roll?
A 6.
6.
I mean, you can roll bless for everything.
A 10 is better than a 6.
So it's not as matter of do you spend it? You just use it every time. So
Yeah,
you can.
yeah.
It doesn't hurt. There is no drawback to rolling it.
That's 7 now.
What? How did you get a 1?
It's a D4, so...
Oh no.
Lucky number 7.
Okay, Torterra, you're gonna take 1 point of psychic damage,
Oof.
and you get another searing headache. But this doesn't seem to have a source besides yourself.
Bit of blood.
Do we know he's got hurt? Can we tell?
I'm just gonna say
Find
this
out.
because this is kind of we're starting to get more information, and it's probably just faster for us to do it this way. Just do... Yes, perfect. Fish, you get Torterra gets a searing headache. And as it happens, you get a flash, bam, like a screenshot of a situation. There's no sound, it's just static. Just... And you see someone that looks like the elven figure messing with some kind of chair and smashing things with his hands, just in basically a robe. That's it. And as they're smashing things, you recognize this room as something inside of the ship you remember, but you don't remember the situation. And behind you, or next to you rather, there are 4 of the other figures I'd mentioned in the DM that are running around the room, just touching the walls and looking for something. And you're frantically trying to hold the elf down into the chair so that he doesn't writhe in agony. And then something flashes from the chair, and all of you get thrown against the walls, and the chair latches onto the elven figure, and the ship just pushes, and you black out.
All of us or just him?
Just him.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And then you get another image right after. Roll another intelligence save. all of you are seeing Torterra like holding his mind, and then the weird looking figure.
Also do the bless again.
Yeah, you can do the bless.
13
Okay, that's
a lot.
13. That's not enough. You're gonna take another 3 points of psychic damage. You also see the figure next to him seems to also be doing and mimicking almost one for one the exact same gestures, hand motions, same arms, everything as Torterra. Torterra, you get another image that flashes as...
Can I move next to Torterra?
Yes, you may. You guys can do a reaction here. But as this goes off, Torterra, you get another image of all 5 of you running in an enclosed cavern that looks very similar to this one, just a very narrow passageway, and you are running, and you can hear nothing but static, and you see the elven figure turn around and shout something to you, and you can't understand what he's saying, and all of you put your hands together and hold hands as you approach one of these sphincter-like doors, and you look like you're all about like to take a shit type face, or you're just like this, and you're all holding your hands and grasping, and you just feel pain in your hands, and then the door opens and you all sprint through it, and you see nothing but purple light, and you can see explosions, just you even see a red dragon shooting fire in this facility, and then as the fire clears, you see none other than this Nautilus ship, and you guys run for it, and then your memory cuts.
What the fuck?
This is Torterra's inside Torterra's head right now,
Correct.
right? Okay.
We didn't see it. Okay.
We didn't say anything.
And then he is back into reality after these 2 headaches splinter through his mind. And you all see as Torterra and this purple squid man slowly raise their heads, and hands reach their sides as they make eye contact yet again.
And this is in back to reality.
Correct.
This is happening.
Snap back to reality.
Hey yo, so we saw.
Whoop, there goes gravity.
You saw both of them
Torterra
just
fall
kind of
down.
like hold down, like sound. It looks like something is stabbing them from the inside of the head, and they're trying to like hold their minds. And you see Torterra's nose is bleeding, and he's got some blood coming out of his ears, and this figure has some kind of ichor that's coming out of the lower side of the tentacles, and its kind of brain side of the head has these very, very thick veins that seem to have like instead of being like the normal purple color, they kind of turn a little bit black.
Okay, well, Cal doesn't care about that stupid squid thing and just moves next to Torterra. It's like, yo, you're right, mate. Because he's collapsed or something, right? So, like, what's going on?
In my head, I think that Torterra probably only took a knee, but he's back up on his feet now.
Okay, but there's something we can see what's going on, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. You can't see those
Okay.
images that I just narrated to him. Only he knows that.
I'm still standing.
Okay, but we
between
know that
them.
something fucked up is going on. So, and from my vantage point, I believe the squid man thing moved over here, right, or something. Did he move here?
You can see him on the screen where he has moved.
I can't.
If you can't see him on
No.
your screen, then you can't see him.
Yeah. No, I just wondered. He was here before, right? So I'm just thinking he
He
just
backed
moved to
up
there.
next to Vanvalor.
Yeah. Okay. So Cal can't see him at all.
Also,
And-
I think Vanvalor, I'm going to move him over here. I think he would probably
Oh.
give this guy some space after that. Just, like, I'm not fucking with that dude.
I'll have Blackie come over to me now.
Okay, go for it. You guys can do whatever you want during these 2 rounds, basically. Because they're both in searing pain.
Just waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
Creature, you are displaying the same symptoms. The same body movements. Are you also a victim here?
His name's Dredavex.
You know that? How do you know that? You remember?
I think we escaped this ship together.
That was you.
It was you.
If you're a prisoner, why did you stay behind?
Yeah, that's
Stay
my
on
question.
the ship.
Well, I'm
Why?
wondering.
Why are
No,
you
not
here?
you. Him.
Why is he there? Why is he back?
I know.
Yeah, that's Protero's asking the same question.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
If I was gonna say.
My bad.
If we know each other, why did you kill them?
Well, these guys.
Yes.
Oh.
I thought they were our enemies.
You held their hands as we ran away.
Dread. I have no memory of what happened. It's all gone. It's been coming back to me very slowly in flashes. I have no idea who any of these guys are.
Wait,
It's lucky that I even remember you now.
these creatures seem to be quite mindless. I can't imagine them running away from anything, let alone holding anybody's hands.
Torterra, at this point, you remember all 5 of you being in something similar to what a science fiction novel would be referring to as basically an escape pod that was made out of organic material. But those were prisons. Inside of them, once the screen essentially, or the kind of absorbent material was kind of done away with, you were locked psionically from moving, as all of them, with the exception of you, could not move, and you just watched as a very much taller version of this little guy that was here came in to each of your companions and looked to hold something like, kind of looks like a mix between a salamander and like a young frog, where they don't really have any arms or legs yet. I think they're called tadpoles. Kind of has one of those and kind of just like holding it in their hand and kind of like puts it in the chamber and then seals it and then walks away. Nothing really happened after that, but you remember the next day, all of your pods opened and a protocol came over the loudspeakers, and for the first time, all of you could hear it and understand it. Before, there was some kind of message that was coming over these intercom systems in this area that you were abducted to. And inside of that area, you would just hear static mixed with some other weird sounds, like clicking noises like a bug. But then on this day, you remember hearing, emergency, emergency. All units report to the outer gates. Protect the pods at all costs. Escape is imminent. The brain must survive. And you all ran. And you found this ship. And they were getting attacked by some other thing that you've never seen before that was working with dragons of some sort. And you guys just fucking booked it to the ship and smashed that thing until it flew. And the only thing that you could remember when you guys finally got it working before you crashed was you're like, I can't believe we fucking stole the ship that they stole me on. And what happened to him and the others? Something horrible has happened.
How did you end up back here?
Where you ran? Just tried to use the ship and something worked. We got away. And then we all woke up. Well, Rin and I can't find the names. 1 second. Rin and Rix and Zlard were like that. And Vorin wasn't Vorin anymore. And I ended up like this, somewhere in between.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I had no idea.
You just see this very strange creature float to the ground and begin to weep.
And I go over and try and console him.
As you go to console him, every step, the clicking gets faster and faster and faster.
Whoa, something's not right. What's this clicking?
I'm gonna keep going. I'm wary, but I'm gonna keep going.
I'm gonna mage hand take the psi crystal from his bag. I think maybe that keeping that distance might be it.
Cal's confused, but it's not really sure exactly what's going on. So, is it okay if I just move to get a vantage point?
Move closer with Torterra.
Yeah, closer.
As Mesh makes this check, I will have you. Normally speaking, you'd have to make a check because you don't know where he keeps the psi crystal specifically because he put it away. And you need a vision on interacting with the thing you want to take. So it would be like a dexterity sleight of hand check with a disadvantage or something like that. But in this case, you won't have to because while you're doing all of these things, Dreadivex takes out of his pocket a small black box and turns a dial, and the clicking stops. And he sets it on the ground.
Okay, then I can stop.
Okay, so
I'm gonna pop my weapon away.
yeah, same. I was gonna say the same thing. Cal's gonna. Cause I had my weapons up. Cal's gonna lower his weapons because Cal perceived that whatever that noise was like a kind of a threat, but Cal just lowers his weapons and is kind of perplexed, but curious, but doesn't feel as threatened any longer.
Did you get the messages?
Yeah, I got the messages. Were you getting them too?
We're sending them.
You were sending them. That was you?
Kinda. It was Vorin. Vorin's still here. You gotta help me.
And as this is happening, I'm kind of the weight of the realization that I've killed these people that I was escaping with is now mixing in with the actual physical pain of the headache, and I'm crying as I'm talking.
No, it's okay. I was just trying to find some way to reverse it. I couldn't even talk to them anymore. They just...
How can I help you now?
The ship is dying. And I haven't eaten in a month. And I don't know why I'm still alive.
Is that all? We can get you food.
I would
That shouldn't be a problem.
out by now and like, is this edible to you?
I don't know.
What do you normally eat?
Where I used to eat that. But ever since the change, I don't know. Right now, all of you look like food.
Oh,
Hmm.
Get your mind focusing on something else. Torterra asked you a question. How can we help you?
Right?
Focus.
oh, it's like like absolutely bamboozled now. But Cal kind of feels bad because he killed like at least 2 of these, right? So Cal's feeling quite bad, but I'll just say that you can just see his expression change a little bit.
Is there anyone else? Is it just you now on this ship?
Warren? Whatever. Is Warren that thingy down there? The amalgamation of
Aside him.
things?
Breker's gonna go look at Rick's. If it's docile, can I let it out?
That's not Rick's.
Points to
That's
one of the
not
bodies
Rick's.
on the floor.
Is this creature friendly to you?
Yes.
Should I release it?
Doesn't matter.
Why not?
It's just the bodies of whatever was left when we crashed. Just stitched them together and made a guard.
What?
You made this creature?
Well, mostly Roaring did, but I had to make the schematics.
Where's
How did you
Warren?
do that? Yeah, who's this other person that you're referring to?
Foreign?
Yeah.
He used to be an elf. A sea elf.
Used to be.
Apparently he came from the same area that he did.
Points to Torterra.
Really? Do you know anything about this Torterra?
The only thing I remember is the name of the place that I came from. I don't remember anything else about it. Little bits and pieces, but nothing substantial.
Torterra, do you
Dad, you
remember the
gotta
little
help.
animals they put on us?
That they put on us.
Did they put it on you? The little lizard thing, the snakes, the tadpoles, did they do that to you?
I don't think so. Yeah, I
I
don't
look
know.
over at Breker. Tadpoles?
Like fish?
Didn't put anything in your ears, in your mouth, in your nose, in your eyes?
I don't know, Dread.
Listen, all I know is that something hurt. And I think Dredovex died.
What?
Wait, what?
So many new names.
I'm Dredovex, but I think I died.
That's what I thought you said. I thought you said that you're
I
Dredovax.
can't really explain it.
Where's Dredovax? And then where is this other person, this elf? Where's this sea elf you're referring to?
Just keep your voice down, he can maybe hear you.
Is he hostile?
I don't know. When he sees
Is
you,
this
he
similar
might
to
try to
me?
eat you like I think.
Is this
Cal
similar
just
to
looks
me?
around at the
A
others.
divine sense to determine if Dredovex is undead.
No, but you're getting strong pings from the other thing in the room.
Didn't you say that I was not undead or
You're kind of like this
what's the word?
consecrated.
Consecrated.
Yeah, you get the
Is there
consecrated
anything like
vibe.
that with breakers or anything like that with
No, nothing.
there?
Dredovex, if I have that name correct, you are not undead at this moment.
He holds up his hands.
I'm being honest, I wish I would have actually died.
There are methods to bring creatures back to life after they died.
Shakes his head.
But do we know you've died? For sure?
No. Whatever they did to us didn't work on those three, but it worked on me. And it worked on Vorin even better. Because Rin, and Rix, and Vlagan ended up like some mindless cat version of what I am. And Vorin's one of them now.
Where is this Warren?
One of them.
Your captors?
Yes.
You're not.
When did you last see this drawing? Do you remember?
Today.
Oh.
He said he's still here.
Where is he?
In the command room.
Oh, you know where he is.
So, what about
Look,
Torterra?
Dred, yeah.
Was he a success?
I don't know.
What were you
Joe
just
doesn't
saying,
remember if he can. He doesn't remember if he got subjected to the same thing. We didn't change
They
right away.
Must have.
Positive.
Why do you get to be the same?
I don't know.
don't think
I didn't have a say in it, man.
Maybe because he didn't stick around.
Neither did I.
Or maybe he did change. Maybe what you are right now, Torterra, is the end result of you changing.
Listen,
Maybe you were something else.
I don't know what happened
Maybe.
to you.
I'm not unsaved, mate. I have been through hell since I came off this ship.
He's not lying about. He had a lot of mental things.
Yes, I can read his
Demons.
mind. I can see.
So Torterra, as you talk about this, I can't help but say that it's probably not an unrealistic expectation. As when you say you've been through hell, your brain is like flashing images And your best guess is that Voron's reading your mind right now. Or not Voron, sorry, Dreadifex can read your mind and he can see everything.
Can I
Cool.
get the spelling of Dreadifex?
What's that?
Can I get the spelling of Dreadifex someplace?
The D-R-E-D, Dread, and then A-V-E-X.
Dave.
That's exactly how I spelled it.
And Voron is V-O-R-R-Y-N.
I wouldn't have got that
Spell
one.
right.
Also, I didn't change the names of the 3 little squidlings, so they have squidling names instead of gnomish names. Because 2 of them worked for both, and then the last one doesn't, but... If you want to call the last one Lard, you can, because it's funny. But, Rin, Rix, and Lard.
Rin, Risk, and Lark.
R-I-N for Rin, R-I-X for Rix, and it was Ziglard, or Z-G-L-A-R-R-D. But you can call it Lard.
What?
L-A-R-D, if you want. Makes sense.
I will, because I just...
Wait, Artie? Sorry.
There, you can kick your camera. There you go.
And you're saying this Warren is dangerous? Or
His
what
behavior
exactly?
is erratic. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know his goals. Because right now, both of us have been working together to survive. The only thing that
When you
matters is
say-
getting this ship back and up and running so we can get back somewhere where we think we can find food that will work for us. Voron seems to think it's a good idea to return. Maybe we can figure it out, and then if we get back to where we came from, you think we can work out a coup and take them out if they're left, or see what's left of them.
Okay. Firstly, when you say return, you return to where, may I ask?
And we have yet to find the records in the membrane, because the ship is so heavily damaged we can't search the memory of the ship.
Well, I'm just thinking that if you return to that place where your captors are from, would there not be like just a whole load of, maybe an overwhelming amount of them? Is it really a good idea that if you was planning to return, just you and this other guy and your friends here sadly passed away? Would that be really a good idea? That doesn't seem wise to me.
As Cal said, passed away, Breker would kind of cough unhappily.
Well, Cal killed him, okay? It's a guy. He was trying
They
to like.
probably passed away before we killed them, to be honest.
Cal killed him, so he's like, oh shit, like he's trying to like. Cal's not very good at being tactful, so. So Cal's basically asking like, okay, so you came from there, you captured, but you don't know what's there, so to go like unprepared or
Listen, it was
whatever
just a loose
seems a little
plan
what.
for now. All we need to do is make sure that we survive. Next thing is we have to get the operating system of the ship back up and running before it dies.
Why?
Because
That's
if the
another
ship's life
question I
support
have.
dies, then we die. It's too cold
I
for
may
sustaining
Operating
life.
system.
We're
What
alive.
does
and we don't
what
live
does
in
this-
ship.
An operating system is like a nervous system inside of your body. Something that
Well,
lets you breathe.
Let me get something cleared up here.
What?
You have a symbiotic relationship. Die if it dies, or you say
No.
die because of the weather.
No.
Because we can help you.
Voron seems to think that if we detonate the ship, it'll cause a big enough boom that we can find... I don't know. We're just reaching at straws to find anything that we can.
Can you lead us to Warren? Because he does not sound trustworthy, and I want to.
do that.
Why do you not want to do that?
Are you scared of him?
I'm
If
scared
it's
of
just
what he'll
food
do.
you're after, we can find food.
Need help? We can help you.
Hold on. What do we have to fear from him?
I don't know what he will do without his memories when he sees all of you. Because right now, really want to eat you.
Focus about that.
And I'm in a lot less erratic behavior.
Okay.
I don't know.
Dreadmax.
Look,
What-
Red, we can defend ourselves, so if you try anything, we will stop that.
You're missing the point. Sorry. Anger
This
comes
ship,
much
it-
easier than it used to. If
It's
Lauren
okay,
sees
take-
you,
Take your time.
Listen to what he has to say.
It's alright. We'll get you the help you need, mate.
if Lauren
Well-
sees you,
How do we feed you? How do we feed this ship?
all I know is that my urges right now want to do something to your mind by taking it out of your skull and putting it into my throat.
Okay,
Like
can
we're
you
animals too?
relinquish your weapons and maybe that would put you at ease because I think we can defend ourselves, but if you
If
relinquish
I
your
give you
weapons,
my
you may
weapons, that
feel
will do nothing. First
Do
of
we
all,
need to
you
get
don't
out
know
of
how
here?
to
Is that
use
what you're
them.
telling us?
I don't know. I don't know.
What
you
about
mean.
what about
You
Vorin?
want
Like,
help? Who said help me? What do
I
you
don't
want
think I
besides
can endure any of this weather. It will kill me. Look at my skin.
oh,
It's
the
freezing.
weather,
my
the cold.
can
You
get
mean the
your
cold?
clothes?
You can see that he has like a very thin layer of some kind of slime that is crystallizing on his skin, and he's constantly wiping it off.
I can get you
Okay, so
You would
You're-
venture to guess that he would probably
freeze to death?
freeze instantly if you were outside.
Can,
Okay.
Like, we can strap him up
yeah.
with clothes and stuff.
Cal,
You don't know.
your
This
ring.
thing's biology is completely
Yeah.
different than anything you've ever experienced.
Can I?
Cal, your ring.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah, Mesh.
Oh,
Mesh.
ring, yeah.
Your ring.
Yeah, Mesh. Oh, yeah. I have something. And Cal gets the ring. This is a ring of warmth. If you attune to this can keep the cold at bay.
Help you.
And Cal, I guess, moves a little bit forward here. And
We also have a way to potentially feed you back in 10 towns. There's a cauldron that produces food based on what the creature who creates the food needs.
Can you still eat regular being food?
I don't think so.
I haven't even been able to try.
well, we have some rations you could try right now.
While you're doing that, I'm a doctor. Allow me to examine.
You're cutting
We
out.
got
Your
this.
audio is gonna be.
I'm a doctor. Would you allow me to do a quick, non-internal examination just to see?
He'll say yes. I don't want to use the thing if you guys are gonna ask a bunch of questions. So
Okay, well, while they're talking, then I'm just gonna look at his arm, check for pulse.
Mhm. Just give me a medicine check with disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, you know it's gonna be bad if I have to roll a disadvantage.
20.
And then I take back what I said about the stew. I'm reading the Cauldron of Plenty a little bit more closely. It only makes
Soup.
stew.
Yeah.
So
Rolled a 17.
Devii, the more you inspect, the more confused you get. And when you make contact with his skin, the weird things that you remember about you having cold arms and legs starts to set in, because when you touch him, it's like someone's reacting to it. It's almost like it's a cold-blooded creature touching something like a block of dry ice when you touch him. You almost have to resort to putting gloves on and mittens and
Wait.
moving things around.
Because I'm cold?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm cold to him.
Yes.
Uh,
And you can notice that you can see there are actively like on a dashboard that has like wet stuff on it. In the middle of the winter time, it's just crystallizing stuff on him and he's freezing. But for some reason, he hasn't died. He definitely is showing in some context some sort of malnourishment, but you have no clue how to solve that. And something else that you'll notice is that there doesn't really seem to be the same type of systems for digestion. If you're looking for certain symbols, there also doesn't seem to be like... There's no breathing. The creature doesn't have lungs. There doesn't really seem to be much of a heart either.
Dredavex, is this not your natural form?
I don't think so. All I remember is being a gnome.
What?
And then
You was a
something
gnome?
happened. And now I'm not.
What kind of magic is
my-
this that would turn you into this creature?
I'm gonna put my bag down and take my blanket roll off it. Actually, I'll probably just help.
So I'm just going to tell you this. This is a gesture that he'll appreciate and does mirror a lot of these things, but seems to be only because of the mannerisms of a humanoid creature. But Devii, almost as soon as you are satisfied with your work, you realize if this thing is indeed cold-blooded, that doesn't do anything. He doesn't have any innate body warmth to keep himself warm. He has to be in a warm place.
What about the ring of warmth? Could you try this ring?
Don't know what this is. It's just a ring.
Well, yeah, it appears like a normal ring, but you'll see it has fur lined on the inside, and it's actually magic. If you attune to that, it protects you from the cold.
You're just gonna give this to me?
Well, I think you need it more than me.
This will take some time. Why don't we just wait until... if you...
Nope, need it now. Put it on.
Okay. He takes the ring. Puts it on.
Put it on.
He puts it
Okay.
on. He does have fingers, so
Oh, he does or doesn't?
He does.
He does.
Oh, he does. Okay.
He's holding a pistol, so it makes sense.
I'll
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. He could be holding it in like a tentacle or something.
at the lower down at his level, looking at him.
Kira, you're losing your mic.
It's right where it normally is.
Told you 1,000
I
times. It's
don't
not the
think
mic.
it's the distance.
It has
It's
not-
Discord.
Is yeah, it's not me.
Oh, it's the code? It's Discord.
No, I think it's Discord,
It's
and I also think it's my mic has been messed up for a while.
Right.
But I'll just lean down to him and I'll say, we came here to find out information about our friend Torterra, and I regret that we killed those things. I've never seen something like that before. We didn't know what it was. But now that we know your story and we've heard you, we're here to help you. And if that means letting you stay warm with that ring of protection and helping you keep your humanity by not taking my brain out and figuring out a way to get you to get food, we will do that. You have our word that we are here for you under those conditions.
How do we fix your ship without alerting Vorin?
Oh no. We sent out the message for that psi crystal. We don't have one. We can't venture out. We've been unable to get a good realm of control over the Clarion crawlers outside. They won't listen to us, besides guard.
They're dead.
Oh,
now.
we dispatched those.
Well, now we have even a less chance of survival with their help, but that's probably okay.
Why do you have to return? You guys tried to escape from there. Why don't you just come with us? I don't think it's a good idea to get your ship running and go back there. Then you'll just end up turning into whatever you said and you'll end up eating brains. You shouldn't go back.
They did this to you, if they did this to you, they're gonna continue doing this to you.
We don't know if we're still there.
Well, it doesn't matter. Why would you go back to where you escaped from?
Last place we think people would go.
That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
It's the only thing we have on the logs of the ship, and we don't know where the fuck we are.
Well, we know where we're at.
Well, we know where we are.
Hold on. Sometimes when people have absolutely nothing left, they tend to go to the only thing that they recognize, and if that be slavery or some form of it, they will go to that.
There's
That's
not going to be anything
human
left,
nature.
and we're getting destroyed. We escaped.
Cortera, do you have any insight to help him?
No more than you guys.
All right.
Sarah, would you
What
go
if-
back with them?
What was that?
Would you go back with them, Torterra, if that's an option?
I am not inclined to do so, no.
Do you think Dredovix and Vorin should be going back?
Sorry, this is cutting in and out. I'm only getting like bits of your sentence.
Do you think that Dredovix and Vorin should go back? Should we help them repair their ship and send them back to wherever they were?
No, I think that's a mistake.
Let's go talk to this Warren and see if we can convince him to listen to reason.
Didn't he just say that we shouldn't talk?
If he can't convince him, we'll have to subdue him or something.
Before any of you go up there, Dradovax, could you tell us if you believe Thorin could be a threat? Does he have any weapons on him or any particular magical abilities that we should be aware of?
I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that if he is anything like things that attacked and captured us, he is a weapon.
Have you actually spoken to him? Because it almost sounds like you're scared of him just to be scared.
Are you lumping yourself in with him? Don't be thinking to yourself, oh, I am that way, so I have to go with him. And this is a life I have to live now.
Would he
If you-
talk to Torterra?
Yeah. Cortera can help.
Come again?
I mean, it looks like Dredovax remembered you. Maybe Lauren would remember you.
If
Yeah,
Warren and Dredovix were working together, perhaps he wouldn't attack you on sight if you went alone.
maybe. But I've also got to warn you guys. I have a history with this guy now. I remember that now, and if things go wrong, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to treat this guy this bloke, the same way as we would any other enemy.
You don't know if you would be able to do what's necessary to take him down.
That's right.
We don't have
So
to take him
it's a
down.
risk.
Can't subdue him, right? Like we had
Here's the
real
thing.
good luck with this guy here. So
This is my thought process, right? If Drex, if Warren is allowed to return, he's already unstable and becoming more like his captors, who's to say he won't do this to other people? And Redovix, if you are yourself now but go back with him, you too will become unstable like him. So, if he is not willing to stay, we may have to keep him before he causes any more harm to other people. Redovix should definitely not be allowed to work with him.
Sound logic?
Yeah.
is our aim to kill him or to subdue him? Immediately, I'm speaking, because obviously things will change in the heat of wherever happens.
I think initially we try to convince him to not go. Otherwise, subdue him.
I think we need to get more info by actually seeing.
Well, if I'm being honest, I don't think our plan is very well thought out. We haven't really had much chance to think of any other alternatives because we're just trying not to die. We're going to freeze to death soon. And
Well, now you do have an alternative. You can come with us.
I don't know.
I want to get you fed somehow first, because then you'll be able to think a lot clearer.
Have you tried rations? At least it might slow down. Might not be what you exactly
There are
need.
2 fresh brains outside. In
That is true.
the worms. I can have Bear try to drag their corpses over here.
Also,
Should we be encouraging him to
kobolds?
eat brains? I don't know.
I mean, we don't have much of an alternative right now. We're not
Better
hunting.
dead brains than living brains.
But what about once he's ate those brains? He's gonna want like more brains. Let's try the beef
We're gonna do like a
jerky
whole Tokyo Ghoul.
It's yeah, but they have fucking volunteers, or they're willing.
No, they eat cadavers.
Oh, I mean, oh yeah, that's it. Because I only saw like the first season of that. Right.
I mean, Cal's not wrong.
Can I interject and say that probably the most underrated moment of this entire campaign is Jodie suggesting that instead of brains, we feed the guy beef jerky. That is amazing.
Also, another point to consider, if feeding him brains would speed up his conversion process.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Be good, yeah.
That's the point. It could turn him even more. That's why I'm like, yo, let's slow roll.
Point.
Let's try the beef jerky first.
All right, hold on. We go through this every time of like, let's have the suggestion. This suggestion is bad. Right now, we have a person who is trying to keep grip of his humanity per se, and if he doesn't eat soon, he will attack us just on instinct alone. Now, that seems to me like a rock and a hard place. Let's just get him fed and hope to God it's okay. Otherwise, he's just a ticking time bomb that will probably attack us anyway.
Let's try some jerky and rations. Does that even
Alright,
be
plan A
even
is
edible?
beef jerky.
Yeah,
Plan
we've
B
got
is the brains of the worm things outside.
Yeah.
Trail mix,
And then
salt.
Plan C, I guess, is like Breker.
Let's give him a vegan diet first.
Did you say Plan C is Breker?
Trail mix. Oh, so we got some oats and grains.
Okay, here's what I'll
We
give you.
probably have some.
When you hand him any of your field rations, a hand will take them and put them underneath of the tentacles that are in the face. And there is a lot of messing with them, turning them, breaking them into smaller pieces, making them long, making them small. At one point, he tries to crush something very small and then tries to put it in. And the longer this process goes, the smaller the pieces. And there is no words, not even in your mind. All that happens is he just sets one thing after another back onto the crate nearest to him and just shakes his head.
You do have a mouth under there, right?
No good, mate.
I
Wait,
don't think my anatomy supports this type of food.
is it that you can't eat it, or is that you are literally rejecting it? Like your body's rejecting it?
It seems that my body doesn't need the sustenance. It will reject food that is not proper for it.
So
Yeah,
this
I guess.
You said you feel hungry when you look at us. Do you feel hungry when you look at the crawlers outside?
They will suffice. But I don't know if they... Something isn't right about them, and I can't put a finger on it. Something's not right about that one either.
Not a developed enough brain?
I don't know, but that sounds plausible.
And I
DMs, by the way, Breker.
look over at Breker and squint.
Do we have any leftover rabbit?
We don't keep the brains when we prepare any rations.
I know we got these fucking rabbit brains sticking.
It's my back pocket.
So it is strictly brains. It's not necessarily the flesh.
The flesh. Yeah, I was wondering that as well.
Yes.
Brains.
And sorry, is it brains or minds?
Yes.
So a rabbit brain or a cow brain is not going to do it. Is that what you think?
Did you just say a cow brain or a cow brain?
Yes.
A cow brain isn't gonna do it. Well, I'm saved.
Yeah, have you seen like the episode of Homer Simpson with the zombies want to eat are coming for the brains and then like they don't go in.
He's immune.
I said cow, COW, but you know you can.
I suddenly understand why you want to go back. It is literally your only viable option so that you don't hurt anyone and
Is it
that you
though?
may live.
Is it though? Because if he goes back, he can kill other people and eat them, and then he will have a point of no return.
No, we just want answers. We don't have any information because the life support of the system of the ship is broken. If we solve the life support system, we might find more answers. If we find more answers, we might find a location. And if we don't find any of that, and the ship dies, we die.
Well, I'm just looking through what I can do to help you as far as my magic goes. But
Where
we have a very powerful wizard with us that might be able to help you as well.
where are the life support systems? Can we?
Oh yeah,
repair them
she
from
controls
down here?
undead.
Stand by. I don't know where that is.
I'm just gonna say our character straight up. We need to go fix the ship. That is where we're headed.
Wait, what'd you say?
My question
Our
in
character,
character,
we have to go fix the ship at this point. Like that seems
my
wrong, 'cause-
ship-
so that-
I
my
back
question
in character,
in character.
Breker would challenge that and be like, "We can fix the life support, but not the ship itself." I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think we want to help these creatures get back to where they came from, but we can help them live.
I want to know
with you,
what
Breker.
the ship eats because it has like a big, looks like a big, like squid with a mouth. So what is it eating to like? What does it eat? That's what I want to know.
Mission.
brains.
Shippy's
But
brains.
if the ship eats brains, what would have a big enough brain to feed something this big?
It would be in the
Well, no.
propulsion room upstairs.
I love how he didn't address the question.
Okay, let's go at least fix the life support for the time being.
If we fix the life support, Warren will know.
Let's talk to Warren first. Let's talk to Warren first.
Feed
Are you
the brains.
sure? The reason I say that is because if we fix the life support, maybe he'll be a little bit more coming towards us and not hostile. See that we're not a threat and can
I
be
think we need
helpful.
Feed Vorin to the ship. Same.
I don't think the ship eats food.
But it said it's dying, and it
It
It's
might
like-
need
alive, right?
fuel or something similar, but I wouldn't say eat.
Fuel, aka brains, probably.
Does Vorin ever leave that upper area? Could we sneak past it and try to repair it?
The propulsion room and the maintenance room are upstairs, not on the 3rd floor. Warren's on the 3rd. But we can't use the ship unless we oust Warren somehow from his seat. He's in the bridge. Next to the captain's quarters.
What is in the back area of this floor?
This is the pods. We had to go into cryostasis for our journey.
Are those systems working?
No. They're all broken. I can't even get the doors open.
Let's go have a look. Right?
Alright, let's go up. Figure out this life support system.
At least this way, if Warren finds us, we say, "Hey, we're helping."
So who's gonna go up and who's gonna stay here with Dread of X?
I
Are
can
you
say.
not coming with us?
I'd like to go up with him.
I'll go up. You'll probably need a bit of heavy lifting help.
Well, I'm gonna take you guys to the next level. You guys can decide what you want to do from there.
I wouldn't be considered a humanoid, would he?
So, is it
No.
through this door?
Because I can create food and water at next level.
Can you?
Whatever the definition of
restoration at that level too.
I know, right? I was looking at it through. I was like, if he's a humanoid, I can make
Or
food
maybe
for
not
him.
greater. I think it's just regular restoration, but
I can already do
Wait,
lesser
just kill some wild animals.
you can already do restoration.
I can do lesser restoration, but that's
Yeah,
only
that-
like poison.
That's poison. I don't
think it's poisoned.
Okay, you guys
It's
go upstairs
poison,
and Vorin,
exhaustion, and a few more
as
things.
Vorin and Torterra get near the door and think about going inside, the door just opens.
Oh,
You guys can
okay,
open
so
the
that's how
doors.
they work.
All the panels just go.
More like
Well, this one's the aperture one.
oh, okay.
Oh, right,
You guys can move inside if you like, but I'll just tell you. You don't have to really move your stuff around.
All right.
In this
Let's not-
room,
I'm gonna
there are
We're
crystals that protrude from
Need
the
light.
chitinous ceiling of an oddly shaped room in ceiling.
Why are you hiding?
Did
Some,
you say crystals protruding?
yeah, I was trying
Sorry,
to.
bro.
Yeah. Some of the crystals are lit, and others are flickering or burn out. Plates of chitin have been pried loose from the walls in certain places, and exposed cavities filled with a tangled mass of what looks to be some kind of black tubing or piping, you're not sure. Scattered across the floor are also a bunch of unusual looking tools and a bag that goes with them. And Dredavex points towards one of them, one of the cavities in the wall, and says, I was working on that basically. But I can't. I was trying to do it with he basically is going to tell you he's trying to do it without the psi crystal. He's trying to find an ulterior solution, and has been trying to do so for about a month or longer. He can't keep track of time here.
My psi crystal yet?
What's that?
Have I shown him my psi crystal yet? Does he know I have one?
I feel like that's a loaded question if you're asking if he knows some information when he is a mind reader, but but you have not showed him your psi crystal yet. No.
Rob, the stairs in the back room, are they like solid things or do they have like an under place?
I don't know what you're asking.
Oh
Can-
yeah, it's like a cubby hole, crawl hole underneath.
Is there space under the stairs, like, because they're?
Oh,
are
you're
they,
saying
like,
if they're like boxes rather than
Yeah,
like
they-
just a step.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that they are gonna be a bit weird. So it's gonna look like chitin. So it's like a plate, but then under the plate there's gonna be some sort of fleshy substance that kind of just like puts it there. And it's like a plate on top of a fleshy substance, and it just
I'm
seems
just
to like
thinking
jettison
if
out.
there's space for Blackie to like hide under there and like keep scout for steps.
There's probably a lip on the
Okay.
steps,
I'll have-
but your guess is that the steps are probably not traversed by these things. It's probably meant for other things to use them rather than them, because you saw Dredavex doesn't even touch the ground.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have Blackie like in this corner
Uh-huh.
on the ceiling, keeping eyes, and if somebody comes down, he'll let me know.
All right.
Passive perception if you want it.
Oh, also, sorry, one other thing here. The Dredavex will point towards another door exactly opposite of the door you just entered that is a bit fleshier, but seems to have like not quite as heavy duty, but it does seem like it's got a bit more security. There seems to be a plate next to it on the right rather than the outside doors that didn't normally have that. This door has a plate next to it, very similar to the one that was in your vision a while ago, Fish, for your character. There's a plate almost exactly the same in this room, and he points to that and he says that basically is going to lead you to the propulsion room. So there's another door in this inside of the maintenance room.
Can you open this door too?
Dredovex just says, yeah, just tell it to open.
Breker tries real hard.
You just say open?
We need a bit of
Thinks
light.
it's
Sesame.
really hard.
He thinks it really hard. Yeah, nothing happens.
Take this.
Open
light.
sesame.
Yep.
There we go.
Everyone held hands and then squatted like they was gonna take a
Just
shit.
Put this
Yeah,
over here.
How you, isn't that
I'm
how
gonna
you-
try to
Oh.
project my mind or something. I don't know.
What are you projecting?
Like the opening of the door. I'm
It
trying
opens.
to like picture. Oh, okay.
It opens. When Mesh does it, it opens. When Breker does it, when Devii does it, when Goldy does it, it doesn't open. And
Only
when
Mesh
Cal
opened the
does it,
door.
it doesn't open. Do you want it to close or do you want to just walk in?
I'll just walk in.
Okay. Inside of the next room, the propulsion room, as Dredovex has referred to it. Actually, I can remove this so you guys can walk around on the map if you want. 1 second. Let me just remove the door. Ta-dum. There you go.
Oh,
Inside of the propulsion room, there is a very small room. It's only about 15 feet across in diameter. So it's very small, and the majority of the center and the back side of the room is filled with an object. So it's even less space than that. You all cannot fit in here. I would say maximum maybe 3 or 4 of you could fit in here. Suspended from the ceiling is a not suspended from the ceiling. That is, here we go. There's a 5-foot diameter sphere of shiny black metal with a small transparent hexagon windows. Sharp metal tines of resembling grasping claws protrude from the nearby walls and the ceilings. And they stretch out towards the sphere but stop short of it. Along the walls are low-mounted control stations, is what you can guess, that are studded with some kind of knobs and dials.
Time.
Dredovex holds a hand towards the thing and he says,
I don't know how I know this, so I can't really explain. My guess is that there's some object called a side crystal that might be able to temporarily power this and get us back online.
And
By
so I reach
online,
into my
I
shell
mean-
and pull out mine.
No way. That's why my black box was... Can I have it?
I hand it over.
Detect thoughts.
this is an interesting predicament. Let me see.
So this, can we have a break?
I don't think that Dredovex would try to use it right away. So he's not going to start working on it because he says it's going to take time, is what I'll give you, Fish. As you try to detect thoughts, you just see a brief image of basically what's going on in his, like, from his point of view of receiving the psi crystal, and then his eyes snap to you and he looks very angry in your direction as you get nothing. It's almost like it just blacks out a screen, just like closing the door.
Okay.
Hmm.
And
Have I noticed this?
what's that?
Have
You
I
notice
noticed
him,
that?
he like grabs the thing and then
Ramble?
glares at Mesh. For sure. You can notice
Yeah,
that.
that's all I know.
Yeah.
Can I say roll insight to?
Yeah, you can insight to see if
determine-
you can understand what might be happening here, but I don't know how much Mesh has tried to read your mind in the past.
twice.
Yeah, I've got a 7 anyway.
Yeah.
It was this close to being a 21.
Yeah, your guess is that there's something that's going on between him and Mesh right now. That's about it.
Yeah.
With that, I will give you this.
Well, just now a matter of time and effort to see if it'll work. It's just in theories in my head for now. We still have to figure out what to do with Voron.
With that, we'll take a break.
I totally realized I'm dealing with this guy like Nezuko from Demon Slayer. I was like, well, he hasn't taken anybody's brains yet, so he's still okay. Have to protect him.
I
We
thought
need to
that
put a thing in
immediately
his
when we
mouth.
figured
We
it
need,
out.
we need to like put a muzzle on.
Yeah, I know. He can be our very own Nezuko.
My squid Nezuko.
My squid.
Also, I want you guys to all know that I'm getting a bunch of DMs from Chef who's like trying so hard not to meta this, and he's like, "Oh God, no! Please, no! Fuck me!" Basically for the whole time.
This is not going well.
What about those squids, Chef?
I am glad that Chef feels afraid, because even if a veteran player feels afraid, then I know that that means that you guys are also like, "What the fuck is going on?" What's that?
I'm very wary.
Wary, yeah. That if I've even made you guys wary, then I'm happy with the result of this. Because I always have this fear that you guys are like, "This is fun. This is easy." I'm like, okay, because you guys have literally pile drive my dragon, so not that I'm upset, because I was worried, but yeah.
Trying to find.
Dragon was interesting because we probably went from like 4 damage a round to like 40 damage a round very quickly.
One polymorph spell doesn't wander.
Well, it was polymorph, haste, and enlarge.
Yep. You guys, that's the most tactful you guys have ever been in a fight. It was unbelievable. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was like borderline when you guys were going against the Yeti. And you guys were in a bad situation. You all just like flipped it on for your A game. You're like, "Oh fuck, we gotta play this."
The other one that
Gotta actually be smart about it.
What's
Hag
that?
plus grapple.
Oh yeah, the hag fight was pretty awesome. But the funny thing is, I was looking at that fight on paper, and even though it was on paper, I was like, this hag will kill you guys if the dice go wrong for them. Or sorry, if the dice go wrong for you guys, then you're gonna die. And the other was like, that's all about teaching the players. The longer you do things, the worse it's gonna be, because you have less stuff to use. You know what I mean? Not just from a spellcasting standpoint, but like that. A lot of these early adventure things I realize are built around like teaching players to not use all of their things in one fight, like doing things smartly and trying to basically lower the amount of damage they can, or if someone's gonna blow all the resources, then someone shouldn't, so that they have all of them later. You know, it's like this weird balance of power. Like if players are noticing certain things about how the other players are playing, then they can do things. The best part about dungeon mastering and being a DM is like, I know all of my shit's gonna get fucked, so I'm just blowing everything. It's like, I'm supposed to lose this fight, so let's make it interesting. I'm gonna throw the biggest shit I got. Because I have all these spell slots and the spellcasters, and I don't ever get to use them all. Like, they're never gonna be used, because I'm gonna die in like 3 rounds on that character.
Diaz says Rob can't kill anyone.
I can't kill anyone. I don't want to kill anyone. And it's an unfair advantage to be the dungeon master that wants to kill somebody. You got way too many tools to do it. I could just make up like there's 3 of these things instead of 1 of them, and then this fight's over.
So what can you reveal that you have changed in this story? Because like in DM's, Rob and I was congratulating Rob on like, this is a wonderful turn of the story, and Rob was like, oh yeah.
Well, for starters, something in the script is, if you guys kill the 3 things, the little babies, if you kill the 3 little baby the baby squidlings, if you kill them, then everything attacks you.
Yeah, Cal.
which is far less boring. Far more boring.
And the funny thing is, like, it doesn't get, like, even if I rewrote the story and kept with that to go with it, all of the stuff I rewrote, it is contingent on that outcome, that you don't kill them.
There's weird things like this too that I don't like in some of the D&D campaigns where they'll do this. Where they're like, okay, there are going to be 3 hostile enemies that'll attack you when you walk in, but if you kill them, bad things happen.
Well, the other thing is, like, the whole adventure is setting up this situation to be very, very bad for you when you show up, and you're supposed to do it, like, anything that's not written is, like, leading the dungeon master to the player that has the secret to, like, you want to go here, and you should be afraid of it. Or you should be very interested in this location, but it doesn't have anything to do with any of your current objectives besides some player's background. Then once you show up, you're scared out of your wits from some alien monsters that you're attacking. You go into the first room and you're being super careful, and you're like, okay, we're not gonna get fucked this time because we got snuck up on. So it's literally setting you guys up to get snuck on, and then sneak into the next room and massacre everything. And go, like, it's basically training the players to murder hobo and then punishing you for it immediately after. Like, why the hell is it trying to do that? And the other thing is, it's already a disposal from setting up, like, this whole thing, like...
Yeah, and that's the weirdest part about it, is there's tons of other stuff here, but they set it up like, oh, there's one way where you can just fail and make everything else.
And the other
irrelevant.
crazy thing is, if you do just murder hobo the fuck out of this thing, or you just do what I told you, there's no way for you guys to obtain any information here. None. Nothing. There's literally nothing. These things are alien beings, and you have no fucking idea to understand them. There's, like, literally 2 very, very specific ways that you guys can do that, and that's it. And Velen's not here to do that with you. So, and she's, like, the only one that can do it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, wait a minute, we have a smart wizard with us, but she's not with us at the moment.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it feels heavy-handed. Like, if you're guided towards something and the payout is you can't continue with any fact-finding and any investigation there, like, okay, murder hoboing isn't great, but if you're attacked, what are you supposed to do and not recognize anything? Like,
also, there's some new things that they rolled out with this edition about how things with these type of creatures have changed over the years in Dungeons and Dragons. The thing that you guys are talking to right now is a brand new creature with this module.
Oh.
This thing has not existed. Dread of X's creature is called a Ceramorph. Not that that's going to help you guys with anything, but there's all new lore with this thing as to what it is. But it's called a Ceramorph. But yeah, it's very unique, and there's technically him and Voron are both supposed to be Ceramorphs, and it's actually supposed to be a very docile encounter if you guys actually don't fight. And it's actually supposed to be stupid, like comedic. Like, they're supposed to be these 2 little gnome brother dudes that are just stupid and silly, and you can talk to them and hang out. It's very, very weird. But like I told you before, that outcome is all of this, like, the majority of the stuff that's written for this is about that outcome. But everything that's in the setup and lead-in and all the training processes of going from A to B to C to D is almost like the most linear transition of just like, okay, just fucking kill everything.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are not even motivated, even like from the very beginning of understanding where this ship is, that you want to come here and not expect to fight shit. And then they're like, oh, but if they don't fight shit, then they do something fun. It's like, no, there's no way of, like, turning it on its head. And so what I did is I gave all of the characters here a different background, and I linked it with Torterra's background of not having anything, and I rewrote a bunch of shit, and I made a separate adventure that Torterra went on that they did, and I wrote a bunch of bullet points. Because I was like, I don't have to know all of the details of this trip. I'm just going to think out a bunch of random situations that Torterra would have as flashes of memory, and he can piece together the details. So it sounds like I did a lot more work than I actually ended up doing.
Yeah, like the
letting your imagination run wild is easy.
The thing that captured me the most was the idea of the sudden change from these are our enemies to these are our friends.
Yeah.
Like,
and I didn't feel good about, like, the whole thing of, like, you killed your friends, but it's like, there's no way for you to know.
It took me too long to recognize that. Otherwise, I would have kind of probably done more to deal with that.
Yeah, but there's no way for you to know. And second, like, reinforcing that with Dread of X saying, like, there's no way for you to know. And also, I was just trying to see if there's any way to reverse it, because otherwise they're never coming back anyways. And they were practically like, the thing is he's trying to communicate is they were dead back when he got captured. They were dead then. They weren't dead now. They're a shell of what they used to be.
Last session when I came down on the bottom floor, and there was this moment where Totera had a flashback of these squid guys. That's when I realized these might be friendly. But I saw the big guy was gonna be a problem either way. We have to deal with that guy first.
Yep. He's literally a sentry. You walk in the room, he sees you, he smash.
Yeah, we had to deal with him.
Sometimes, I have to say, sometimes the D&D stuff that I like is that. It's like, okay, what does this thing do? Cool. It sees something, it smash. Very, very easy for me to run. I'm down. It doesn't see anything. Or best yet, I love the ones that are like, the players, if they have a passive perception of this, they see this. If this thing rolls stealth and the players see it, then it runs away. That's the only thing they have written. And then when the players inevitably do something crazy to go track it down and capture it, you have no details of what the fuck you're supposed to do as a dungeon master. It happens every fucking time. I'm like, okay, cool, this thing runs away. What am I supposed to do with that? No details. Amazing. So I have to make it up. Cool. I mean, if I'm writing my own adventure, that's typically what I would end up doing, is writing something that shows up that I'm interested in, like role-playing with you guys, and have no real detail and just kind of improving it. But I don't like it when I have a pre-written module that's supposed to think for me. All right, is everyone ready to play?
I suppose.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Not like I can go grab a snack or anything.
Detroit the smash. Thank you, Cari. She sent me a All Might gif.
Here, I'll put it in Pogo for you guys.
Because I said he's in the room, he sees something, he smash, and she's like, Detroit the smash.
I know the exact one you're talking about.
Okay, folks. I'm gonna get you back in the room by just describing the propulsion room.
Cracking our necks.
A 5-foot diameter sphere with shiny black material made out of metal of some sort, with small transparent hexagonal windows in it. Sharp metal tines resembling grasping claws protrude from nearby walls and the ceiling. They stretch out towards the sphere, but they don't touch it.
Quick question, what's a tine?
I believe a tine is like a rod.
I don't know what that is either.
A tine is actually the pokey thing on a fork. So
Is that a prong?
Yeah, it's
Like a frog?
actually a
Prong.
prong.
And a time.
Oh, they're the same thing.
It's
Prong
both.
tine.
Okay, long stuff.
A prong grows cross to
So
like,
I believe
grab
a
something.
tine. There's also something really weird. I don't know if you guys know this, but on weaponry, there's a pitchfork and a fork.
Yeah.
A pitchfork has, I believe, 3 or
At least
more,
3.
and a fork has 2 only. And it's delineated
Yeah.
because it's typically farming equipment for baling hay. But in
Or poop.
yeah, that too. But I remembered learning this when I was running a devil's thing, because some of the creatures have forks and some of the creatures have pitchforks.
Right, okay.
I grew up using pitchforks to get manure out of the
Thank
horses.
you for all of those
Oh,
incredibly
really?
useful details,
It was
Cari.
not fun.
Well, yeah.
So these tines, I don't know if that has anything to do with a number, but I'm gonna say that they're probably closer to a fork, where it's just 2 little tines and they kind of like come out.
Little tines.
But they resemble some sort of grasping claws, and they're like stopping short. So the best
Like
way
a
I can
pellet.
think about this is like an orb that's floating, and there's like these things that are like magnetized to it that are
okay.
opposites of like north and south. Like maybe this thing is charged to be north and all of the tines are south, and it's just there.
Oh, it's like suspended.
suspended,
or
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I was imagining like a disco ball.
It's a shiny black metal ball with hexagonal shaped windows in it. It's supposed to look like a nuclear reactor, I believe.
Ah, Okay.
It does look like there's some way of opening the windows, but they're pretty shut tight. Again, along the walls are low-mounted control stations studded with some kind of knobs and dials, things that look like they can be turned. So yeah, from nearby walls and the ceiling. So it's like 2 here and then 1 here, and this orb is just like oddly there.
So I haven't really said this question yet, but I think it's a good time to ask. Do we actually know how to repair this?
Seems like a living organism. I have
Is it
no idea.
broken or is it just need
Oh, we need
power?
to get the
Does it need a brain?
brain. Yeah. Like Lisa says, the brain's outside. In those, what were those things? Those caterpillars that we killed.
Also,
Rob, do I need to-
I'm not repairing this thing.
Do I need to roll stealth and perception for Blackie? Keeping watch?
Yes.
Well, if this is a living organism, then let's treat it as like a normal living person. Find out what the wounds are and repair them. Any infections, stands to reason we should treat it as a patient.
21 on stealth.
Could you?
Are you using his score?
Yeah, his score.
You
I
rolled
rolled a
19?
17. 17 plus 4.
Nice one. Sweet.
Could
And perception is 11 on perception. That's a bad roll.
That's fine. Okay.
Dredivix, what's wrong with the life support systems?
Everything seems to lead to this room from the maintenance room. So it's just slowly losing processes one at a time, and I can't isolate it, but it seems that there's something that could have imploded when we impacted the ground in here. And you guys look into the hexagonal windows, you're gonna see what looks to be a charred, blackened remain of some kind of like crystal looking thing that just looks like it's shattered. It kind of looks reminiscent of glass in a certain extent, but it's like got a lot more almost hardness to it, I guess you could say. And it's got this very odd shape to it. Like, of course, you guys, this might even be the first time you've ever heard the word imploded in character. So like something exploding inwards is kind of a concept that you could potentially understand. That he's giving you a mental image because this is, mental language rather than actual language, so you can understand what he's saying. But it's still almost a foreign concept to understand that something could explode inwards.
The dark black metal, is it Chalcedony?
Dredivec says, I have no idea what that is.
Checked it.
Sure.
I'll walk over to it. Look.
Give me an investigation.
Is it a satellite? Well, that's a 10 plus 1 for 11.
Black metal.
Okay.
It's real shiny.
Can I open the windows?
Give me an
Unless
investigation
you're-
check with disadvantage, please.
Unless you have an uncomfortable infinity with Charlotte, maybe you should check this thing.
Okay.
Thank you for saying it's him and not me.
Investigation, so
one that was
plus
carrying the
7
hand around.
is 14. I rolled a nat 20 and a 7.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, you still can't quite figure out how to open the windows in this thing. And Dredivec looks like a glaring look at you and then folds his arms and says,
Well, listen, I know how to at least use this stuff somehow. And he points to the dials and the knobs. Just let me fix it. I'll see what I can do.
Alright.
You figure out how to deal with Warren. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know if he can be rescued. I don't know if his mind is his own. I don't know if he died like me. I don't know. All I know is he looks exactly like the thing that abducted me. And him. Points at Torterra.
You didn't say it looks like me.
I said he looks exactly like the thing that abducted me and you.
Ah.
And points at Torterra.
Rob, insight check to see how far gone his hunger is. I want to know that we can at least expect him to be okay until he fixes the ship or something.
So I'm gonna answer your question with the question: how the fuck would you know that?
Probably like where his eyes are darting, and like if he's looking at our beds constantly.
I mean, you can give me a generic perception check, but I'm not gonna answer the question that you're specifically asking if you're just looking to see where he's looking, if that makes sense. Like, you're gonna have to do some like next level bullshit of like perception, insight, investigation, and like otherworldly understanding of what this thing is in order to divulge some level of like kind of train of thought to come to a specific conclusion like that. If you want to come to that conclusion, then you can come to that conclusion in character. But like, I'm not the one that's going to tell you how to come to that conclusion, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like, if you think your character is going to be like, I want to make sure that he can be satiated, then you're just going to have to straight up ask it, because that's like very, very specific. You're also not sure if this thing can be satiated, just to be fair, because he said he hasn't eaten in a month.
Okay.
So if he hasn't eaten in a month, that's one of the details you know. The other detail you know is that he doesn't remember the last time he did eat. And therefore, by process of elimination, the next thing you can actually do is you're not sure what's going to happen if he does eat properly. Because that's kind of the inverse of what you've asked so far, and the things that you know, or rather don't know.
Well, I just got a quick question.
Yeah.
You remember you told us about or you did a flashback where they were given like tadpoles or something, or some tadpole or something. Did we all see that, or was that just Torterra? That. Okay.
But he did vocally say something about a tadpole being put in eyes and ears.
Yeah, he did say, did you get one of the things?
He asked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Torterra, did they put one of those things on you, basically?
Torterra, when you was talking about that, remember you a little while ago you was talking about that tadpole thing. What was that?
I don't know.
You saying you asked Dredovex if he had one put in him?
We did.
No, he asked me if I had one.
Oh, sorry, the other way around. Okay.
We did extract.
And I feel like I must have.
Something that looks like a tadpole.
What? Yeah, I was just wondering, like, would it be worth trying to see, have Leader examine you or something? Because do you remember? I'm just thinking, like, when Breker had that fish thing in him, and I wonder, is it like that?
I kind of sent
That was a
the
ticking
image.
time bomb.
I kind of sent the mental image of what we pictured back then to.
Sorry, what?
I tried to send the mental image of what we pictured came out of Breker that day
To who?
to Dredovex.
Yeah, he shut you out, man. He shut you out the last time. Yeah. He's not having any of that.
Vocally asked him.
I mean, I'm verbally.
Yeah, I understand.
to confirm.
I understand what you're trying to do. I'm just saying, like, previous actions have dictated his current behavior.
All right.
Done. Unshot. Hey, can I just show you this photo really quickly?
Let me in.
It's like the bars of
Mesh when he can't read somebody's mind. Let me in. Either that or it's like this cute little like anime like chibi head, like really big head and small body, and it's just Mesh's version and just like poking somebody in the head. Hey.
It's like the little angel and devil on your shoulder, like they're just arguing with each other. Let me in. No, don't let him in.
Maybe he has something good to say. No, he would never have something good to say.
No, I imagine it's both of them on the shoulders, like absolutely not.
Give each other a high five.
Tara, have you felt any weird wiggling thing inside your tummy?
No.
Sometimes that happens when I'm on a ship. Definitely not to Devii.
Thought you didn't get squeezed. Thought you didn't get squeezed.
Taylor joke.
That's what happens to a lot of guys.
Some people do get sick with wibbly feelings when they get on ships, you know. He has that.
I think Torterra should take off his top and then Devii should take a look at his tummy.
I don't think he can take off his shell.
And I'll help.
Yeah, I'm pretty attached to it.
How do you know he can't take off his shell mesh?
I don't think so.
That was a great comment.
I never said I know.
I'm pretty attached to
it.
I didn't say I know. I just said I don't think so.
Oi. She'll like lean down to like, Cal, this is not time for mind.
Well, we need to have a look. We need to have a look. I mean, to see if
After.
Focus. Oh, is it? Okay, we'll do it later then.
Alright, are we going up while Dredavex figures out the engine or whatever this is?
I thought you said Indian. Sorry.
Dredavex, I'm putting a lot of faith in here that
You're hearing what you want to hear.
Oh, and you're not?
Well, Cal is, not me.
Chef, what did you say for Breker?
I was gonna say, Dredavex, we're putting a lot of faith that you don't activate the ship while we're on it. We do not want to go back with you. Can you focus on life support systems?
Breker, my life depends on this. I'll do it.
What happens if someone could transfer back? Hey.
Cari, you're getting breaking up.
What happens if someone could transform you back? Wouldn't you want to stay? Go back to being a gnome. We're going to a very powerful city soon. There's some magic there that could take you back. So just be patient.
That's so nice.
About if I look at the support systems of you, Dredavex, if I try and help you, I mean, I haven't seen a vehicle quite like this, but I'm pretty good with regular vehicles.
With all due respect, I don't think this is in your wheelhouse.
With all due respect, how do you know? And actually, no, scratch that. I just said that. I just said I'm not sure, but...
So it's in your mind. You don't have any idea.
What else did you see in my mind? There's a lot of stuff in there.
I had to
mean,
stop looking
technically-
because there was so much useless shit.
Well,
It's cheeky, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at Ken and go, sometimes you really do ask for it, don't you?
Oh,
Oh no.
We lost Cari.
We've gained Cari.
Happy birthday!
Hey! Sorry, I'm late.
I don't know why Cari's having that issue because even now, like the audio, everything's out of sync. That's what.
It does happen sometimes.
It doesn't happen to Rob though. No, on the
I
same
have a different
internet.
computer than he does.
Well, I mean, you're on the same
Right.
like internet connection, right? So
But I don't think that my computer is able to like run
focus.
multiple things open.
is that what it is? Oh, okay. Cal's. What the last thing he said? Oh, he's saying he's used to sitting Cal's. I thought he was gonna say something else actually, but
Uh,
that's why Cal's just laughing. I was like, okay.
Now, I do believe you want us to go down and deal with your friend, hopefully
You
in
mean
a
up?
non-lethal manner. Excuse me, up. Excuse me, up. Sorry.
Been a bit.
Which friend do you mean? Oh, Foreign?
Yeah.
Yes, he's been a bit focused, to say the least. A bit one-minded. Don't know.
Can't eat his brain,
I
can you?
haven't exactly tried to go against what he said because everything makes sense. But he hasn't tried to
What?
kill me, and he doesn't try to eat me. And we haven't spoken a whole lot since the change.
What is it that he says? I don't think we've asked that yet.
He just said we need to get back
Right.
and get this thing up and running.
I mean,
Sorry, say that again?
He said we need to get this thing up and running or we're going to die. We need to return. And he said, I'll try to talk with the ship and see if I can get you any better information. But I can't be disturbed. And the way he said it was scary.
what was what?
Very scary.
Scared. He's scared.
It was, I'm not sure. I don't know how to explain it. It was... I didn't even really remember who he was up until just a few minutes ago. So my brain's trying to make sense of all of this last month now.
Foreign? Is that who you mean? You
Yes.
can remember him?
I just remembered who he was. And over the last month, I've only been operating on who we are now.
I believe that.
How
Seems
about
like
this? How about... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it seems like you came to your senses when Sarah, so it makes sense.
Well, I don't know.
How about we go and pay this foreigner a visit, you and I?
I don't want to go talk to him.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. I'm just thinking if I go with one of my companions here, he's not going to recognize us. And you've described him as hostile already. It might be useful to have you there, even if you don't want to speak to him. Maybe there will be something in him that will recognize you.
Can I make an insight check as to why? I know that he's mentioned he's scared, but
What are you trying to insight here?
I don't know if Is he scared of him hurting him? Is he scared that he is going to be manipulated to help him?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. Yeah, why don't you roll insight? I won't give
I
you.
don't
I
know-
won't. I
yeah,
won't give
okay.
you disadvantage on this. This sounds like a very legitimate
Okay.
question. So
Dirty 20.
I mean, I would DM this to you normally, but we gotta speed this up.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I'm gonna phrase this. This is insight, but I think you would interpret this more in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
This is very similar to. Again, this is probably more textual and theory than actuality, but you're seeing some of the symptoms that you might be familiar with that would lead you to believe that there's some sort of like near-death trauma mixed with the shock of seeing something fantastical. So I don't know how to explain this, but it's kind of like shell shock or PTSD. Like being in the fray of something that like really messes with you mentally. And then in addition, there seems to be some sort of fear trauma, like similar to what you experienced with Torterra. And
Also me with
he
ice.
is, yeah, and also like Dreadifex also is starting to. It's like it's almost like step one in therapy when they start to like go through something. They're like talking it out and like verbalizing things that have happened to them. If they've had like bad stuff happen to them, like being captured, right? Being tortured. And he's kind of just started doing this, and he's realizing that he's shared a bunch of this information with like total strangers. And then also he's dealing with like the finality that his 3 companions are dead. That his friend killed them on accident, like manslaughter, but also murder. And then now he's seeing Torterra for the first time and dealing with the relief of that. And then the jealousy and the anger of the fact that he seems to be fine compared to the rest of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like you can
working
just start
through a
seeing
lot.
this as like this guy's got compounding trauma after trauma, torture after torture, and then even with that mixed in with good stuff, it doesn't there's no balance here. It's just adding weight onto somebody's like mental burdens. And you're starting to see that regardless of him giving you information as you question him, it's almost like you're putting more and more on the hard drive of this computer, and eventually it's going to shut down.
Yeah. I think I'll kind of look at him and be like, you know, it's okay. I don't think you have to force yourself to go see him. And I'll stay here with you. I think the rest of the group, or at least a good portion, perhaps Torterra, should go talk to him. But you don't have to.
Also, Cari, this is similar to when this is going to strike home a little bit for you probably, and that's why I'm using this, but this is probably a situation where he needs to be alone. Like he's spent talking with people.
Okay. And
it's probably like a situation where I'm in, where sometimes when I'm really stressed out, I just need to do something with my hands.
yeah.
This is a project. His life actually depends on this, and it's something that he knows what to do and how to do it. And he can start working on something that's going to take a little bit of time.
Would you be willing to organize this for me? She just really takes out her med kit and be like, you can go over in the corner there. Go over there and
No.
organize
He's
I don't
got the
think
side
that's what he
crystal,
wants to
Cari.
be.
He wants to
He's
build
gonna work
the
on the
side
ship.
crystal thing. That's what I'm
Oh,
getting at.
he does have a job. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. I'll be like, maybe working on that would be a good idea.
He just nods.
I'd maybe try to start ushering everyone out of this like maintenance area.
I'll explain it to you guys what Rob said. Like the reason why I said that. Like I think if we don't want him to shut down. If we want any chance of him to be able to.
Torterra,
Audio. I didn't hear what you said, Cari, at the end.
I said we don't want him to shut down. If we want a chance to get him to come back, he's gonna need a little bit of time on his own.
Okay.
But I'll watch over him. I don't want him to go, crazy or anything. But...
Okay, cool.
You sure you don't want to come with us?
I'll be within ear shouting of you guys.
Okay.
Outside the door.
So,
How do you want to play this with Warren?
You asked Torterra?
Can you ask specifically like, who you're referencing that to, Breker?
Torterra. He's your
Sorry?
How do you want to play this with Warren? He's most likely to recognize you. You're the best chance we have of getting through any erratic behavior he might be showing.
Yeah, fair dinkum. It's worth a shot.
Do you think we should even let them go back to that place? Even if it's just so they can survive?
Well, no, I've never been in favor of that plan, but it sounds like we don't have any other alternatives.
I mean, I've been hoping there'd be something in that city that would be some kind of magic that we could use.
We probably
To
couldn't
turn
even get
Maud
to the
back?
gates of the city in time, let alone to the island to get the key.
Yeah.
There, dig into ancient ruins of centuries-old magic, and then get back here. It seems unlikely that... We don't know much about their physiology, but their desperation to go back to a place where they were tortured and experimented on in order to survive makes me think that they're close
Close.
to death.
That is true. However, he's right. He just got his info back. He's getting an overload of information, but it's information that he didn't previously had. If we give him some time, perhaps he won't want to go back.
But in the meantime, we need to keep him alive.
But
How about we deal with that once we have a bit more answers on things? We fix the other life support and we'll try and get his friend back, and then hopefully they'll be a bit more appealing to stay.
the ring's gonna help him too.
Yeah.
That was a really good idea, Cal.
You also know that it'll take him an hour to get used to the ring before he can.
Yeah.
Okay, so whilst he's doing that, me, Breker, and Torterra, I think at least the three of us, and I'm not sure about still three more. Devi's gonna stay with what's his name again, Dreadifex, and then I guess Vanvalor's he's here, isn't he, technically?
Yes.
So we could have like a few of us go to this Vorin guy, and if it's a sequence of events we need to do, we need to speak to Vorin to get some insight into how to fix the life support of this ship, and then the ship helps them survive. Then we need to like try and get the ball rolling with that, I think.
I don't like the idea of only a few of us going to see him. I mean, worst case scenario, we need all hands on deck.
I have an idea. I'll get Blackie on I guess who has a more hiding spot for Blackie, Cal or Breker?
Who has a what?
Hiding spot for Blackie.
Hiding spot.
If there's anything that involves
cloak.
stealth, it's not gonna be me.
Cloak, like under your cloak or something. Maybe Totera shell.
I don't have a cloak on. I barely have trousers on.
He could be in Totera shell
You
or
need
somewhere
trousers
around
now
there.
that you don't have that ring.
Totera said he can't take his shell off. How is he putting anything in there? I don't understand.
He keeps stuff in there.
There's gaps.
It's like Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I can store stuff in there.
There's gaps.
Have you never
It's-
watched
it's-
Teenage
or it's
Mutant
kinda like-
Ninja Turtles?
I want to
I was thinking
say.
it's kind of like Bender's like compartment.
Where's these
Yeah.
compartments? I want to say.
I'll
Like
have
on his stomach,
Blackie
Bender.
in
You know
there,
Bender from Futurama?
giving me vision,
I don't know what he's saying.
and I'll convey everything done here. So if anything goes wrong, we can come up immediately.
The only thing I was thinking, Mesh, is that like if all of us go, like there's quite a large group of people. I'm just thinking like I don't want to spook.
I know. I get that's why you wanted a smaller group. If it's for the conversation, go with a smaller group.
Yeah, because I'm thinking I'm hoping anyway that we can reason through him and talk to him and not resort to violence. Because I tell you now, he ain't gonna win, and we need information from him, and we can't get it from him if he's dead.
Yep. Alright, so I'll have Blackie on in the shell, and you three go up.
I'm gonna at least go up the steps. It's up the steps, right, to get to the tower control area.
I
it's
think
upstairs.
so.
I'll at least go to the top of the steps so that I can like kind of keep an eye on both fields.
I think I'll join you.
I mean, the stairs, like I told you guys before, are not very far. You can almost see into the next room, practically. Just seeing the roof of it. But, like, the rooms are only like 20 feet up. Like, you guys remember how big the ship is. It's a big ship, but, like, there's only, like, 20 on, like, clearance, so it's not a very tall thing. It's like, I'm gonna stay away from this area while you're, like... literally, that area can't be that large. You know what I mean? Because you're going in a circle of a shell. You're going in the widest chamber to like the smaller one, like this, right? The only difference is the bottom section has an extension because it's the front of the ship. You know, you have the outside and the inside, and the second one kind of goes up and then out because it's got that little deck that you guys climbed in. You know, and then the next area's got like another tiny lip, and then the top.
Breker would
Goldy.
gather everyone for just a moment and be like, remember that the light of tears surrounds me and it fortifies the mental strength of those around me. If you feel your mind waning, come to me.
Okay. Does that light of tear or do you think it would affect Vern?
It extends to those who I deem allies.
I see.
Mesh, were you about to say something?
I was saying, so we got Goldy, Devii, Van, and me at the top of the stairs. I'll be conveying what's happening in the meeting through Blackie's eyes, and then Cal, Breker, and Totera go in.
Just give me a marching order if you can, as you guys get ready to head upstairs. That's all I want.
Breker would kind of usher Torterra to the front here and be like,
yeah,
I'll be on your butt, but I think Vorin needs to see you first if there's any chance this succeeds.
What's this about being on butts?
All right.
I'll go behind you then,
where
Breker.
is this?
I'm sure you would.
I would.
Okay, just get in a line. Where do you guys want to be here? I'll move Dredavex in here and say he's like working on stuff up there. So whoever is like Devii is essentially the first in the row. So if you guys want to reorganize yourself here, I'm gonna put Vanvalor in the back.
Devi's in the second group.
What do you mean the second group? It's a single file staircase.
No, yeah, yes.
I'm not.
She's not coming.
I mean, we still have to go up the stairs.
Yeah, okay. So we got where's Torterra? Torterra go in the front, and then
Fish, are you there?
Fish.
Mm.
Good morning.
Do you want to be? Where do you want to be in the marching order, Fish?
Had to be single file, didn't it?
I've kind of volunteered you as point man here, just so Vorin recognizes a friendly face.
Volunteer you as
So up the front, you reckon?
Yeah, and I've assured you that if and when shit hits the fan, I'll protect you here.
Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna put you guys up here closer to the ballista so I have room for everyone, okay? So let's do it like that. There we go. Alright, so who's after Mesh?
I'll go after Mesh.
Okay, and the next is Vanvalor and Devii staying at the bottom of the stairs. They're not going up, right?
I'm not going up.
Okay, great. Well,
Wait,
I'll leave
hold on.
this.
I thought we were going.
I thought you said you would go at the top of the
Oh
stairs.
yeah, I'm sorry. I am going to the top of the stairs.
Okay, then either get behind Goldy or tell me that the Vanvalor is going to be in front
Sorry,
of you.
I was having problems with roll 20, so I logged out a while ago.
You don't need roll 20. I just need to know if you're going to be in the last position or the second to last position.
Last position.
Okay, so Van's going in front of you. Excellent. All right, that's all I needed. Thank you. As you guys walk to the top of the stairs, is that what is going on? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So walking to the top of the stairs. Let's change this here. Hold on. As you walk slowly up the bridge, you see suspended from the ceiling a high domed chamber with a complex lattice of bioluminescent jellyfish that are using the glowing tips of their tendrils to form constellations on the ceiling. A high-backed chair with very short armrests capped with sparkly blue crystal orbs tilting up towards the display. A panel on the starboard wall lies open, exposing a pulsing tendril of flesh embedded with crystal shards. Inside of the high-backed chair, you can see a figure sitting there with very strikingly similar figure to what's his name? Dredavex. Although this creature looks to be the size of what a normal humanoid would be. Typical build. There is some kind of very strange metal plating over the shoulders connecting to a long cloak, and a central plating over the chest. A high-collared black and red cloak with black robes, and hands grasping the orbs firmly, with long tentacles protruding from the mouth area and a large brain, kind of looking at like the end of an octopus head, sitting in the chair. in your minds, you can hear something.
I see. You've arrived. What now?
I don't know if Torterra is just being silent or is like in stunned silence.
I think it might be asleep.
Oh.
He's very close to it.
Oh.
Sorry, man.
We're gonna finish like in 5 minutes.
Yep. What did Turin say again?
Said you.
What do you want?
Yeah, basically. You've arrived.
What do you want?
What's next?
What do?
What?
Breker might just be like, we want information, want to know what's going on. We want to try to recover some of Torterra's memories, if we can.
I see. Tell me. Can you fix the ship?
We have given Dredovex the materials he needs. He believes he can get you back to where you came from.
Excellent.
We do not believe that you should go back, though.
Why?
Your memories, although fragmented, indicate that they were performing life-changing experiments on you and your companions. Going back almost guarantees the same fate will continue.
This is the conclusion you've reached.
With the information we've gathered, that is the best conclusion we can come to.
It seems not all of you agree.
Council can
Not of one mind. Unfortunate.
Does that matter?
And he vanishes.
Vanishes?
And that's where we're gonna pick up next week.
He threw down a smoke bomb or something?
Wait, was that Legion?
How is he vanishing?
That's for me to
Was
know
that
and for you to
Legion?
find out.
What do you
Alright.
mean he vanished?
I mean, he was once there, and he is now no longer.
Wait, slow down.
I may be going a little fast, but there was a dude, and then there is no dude.
No dude. this universe where we are, people can turn themselves invisible. That's why, like, is he actually gone or is he just invisible? That's what I mean. Like,
The word was
How would you know this question if you don't know how
Chalcedony.
to use magic?
Cal doesn't know how to use magic, but he knows what invisibility is. He's not that dumb. Jeez.
Well, I will tell you this. He did not cast any spells with his hands. He did not utter any words. He did not draw any symbols.
He just went.
Okay, so he's super powerful then. If he can just do it with no
You could say that.
Rob.
Possibly
He's enjoying
possibly
it.
an illusion.
Listen to me, okay? Chef would probably understand this more than anyone. I have been wanting to run one of these things for 3 years.
Why is Devii getting why is Cari getting all excited?
Because we're gonna die.
And I want to show you. I have 10 dice outside.
Huh?
I have 10 D10s
What? What are they
inside
from?
of a special box.
Check what I put in the DMs when you said you're not
I
of
feel like
all
they're
one
gonna be used
mind.
against stuff.
Show us the box. What is the box?
This box is full of D12s
It's a cool
and
box.
D10s.
Oh, that's cool actually.
Yeah, we have a couple different ones of like that.
And if things go to shit, you might see those dice.
Oh, those are the
you need to check the gift that I
Check the
put in
DMs.
when you said
spooky dice
yeah.
in the spooky box.
Also, I realized that all of the bullshit that Mesh has been able to do to me, both before and after this event, I get to do to you fuckers for the whole damn adventure. Now.
Whoa. What do you mean back to us? He's the one who fucked you up.
So you guys get fucked by something outside of the party this time. Can also do the
To be
thing that he
fair,
does.
you're the one who gave me this shit.
Yeah, I
You
know,
gave
I know.
me
I'm
this.
just saying.
you
All of
gave
the
me
agony and
this.
pain that I've been giving you, I'm literally immune to, and then I can just do it to you guys at will the whole time. So I can just deduce
Reflect.
how you guys are planning, and instead of like getting the information and having to meta that the characters that I'm running can't use that information, I can. I get all of it. Thank you very much.
What's gonna be
You had to
more
check.
entertaining is when Breker starts Inquisition mode on our own party. Like, why are you doing these bad things?
Wait, Cari, you didn't send it to me.
No, not to you personally in Discord. For
This one?
everybody. Yeah. You scroll down
Oh, that's cool.
the last one when you're like you're not of one mind.
Moody means
That
no,
means
nope,
There's like,
in Japanese.
Woody.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know what that. I've seen this. I know.
Oh.
It's from Jujutsu Kaisen when she's like, fuck no, I'm not going in there.
Oh, I'm done with that show. I've decided I don't like it.
All right. Guys,
not
I need to
the
close the
greatest.
stream, and thank you, Scandium, for hopping in here. I'm sorry you're a little bit
Yeah.
lost, but hopefully you can catch up on some of the VODs. If you want to figure out what's going on in the last thing, you can check out the last like 2 or 3 weeks of VODs and get all caught up. You guys can enjoy being introduced to a classic Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition monster.
Whoa.
And
Really?
The classic.
let's just put it this way, there'll be no survivors.
What? Get out of here.
No, I don't want.
Revealing he's gonna kill
Character
us
in
all.
this campaign. We're just gonna do
Wait.
another one in the
'Cause
desert.
I didn't say it was you guys.
Wait.
I said it might be just
Hold on,
me.
hold on,
I might
hold
not
on.
be the survivor. You don't never know.
Rob,
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to die. Also, Rob, there will be no survivors.
I have to play it up for you guys. I have to.
Which is it?
All right, folks.
Oh, goodness.
Let's get some happy music and get you out of here so Fish can go to bed, and we can all prepare for our day tomorrow.
I'll be
That's a
real happy.
suspenseful
I'm
song, Sag.
Super happy.
This one. Not
night.
Papaya.
Happy papaya.
All right, I played the Dungeon Master and all of the creepy crawlies today for you on the Not Rob channel. You can enjoy some more Icewind Dale at 10 p.m. Japan Standard on Saturday nights or Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern U.S. Daylight Time. On top of that, if you guys would like to watch any of the other streamers in this group, Meshadieme over there playing our doppelganger rogue, you can watch him on his channel. You can type !rhyme. We got Fish on Fish on a Heater is on Paladin PvP. That is with 2 T's. They did not share a T. FYI, Paladin PvP. You can also find him on the same name on Twitch and on YouTube. He has a group of people
You can
doing.
have my hero.
Yes, I got it. Yes,
Oh,
my
you
life's work.
added me.
You can find him over there, and also I believe he's been having Mama Climbs and Lilibear doing some other content with those creators as well. Trying to expand, so if you want to do some more Pokemon Go related content, you can contact him, especially in the realm of PvP, and see if you guys can get sorted. Especially if you're Australian, he's definitely more keen to work with you. Heavy bias.
Thanks, Rob.
You're welcome. We also have Chalcedony, played by the lovely Jodie, JCat. You can catch her on Twitter, doing all kinds of Japanese video game analysis. I guess it's probably the best way of saying it in a broad way, right?
You do read my tweets.
I see it all the time.
You do care.
Goldy is our resident barbarian here on my channel, and
We're gonna die.
he's also the neighborhood I will pet it if it has fur.
Yes.
Including Cal's butt.
Yes.
No.
I'm joking, I'm joking.
Happy birthday again to Mesh and my lovely wife Devii, Cari, for playing our Shadowkai Bard Cleric Bard, whatever it is now. And we miss you, Dallan. We'll hope to see you next week for the finale. I'm glad I saved all, not being able to spend all of your any of your spells this week, which is nice. So hopefully you can enjoy using them next week. Dallan and I are working on something behind the scenes for him in the future. And Breker, thank you so much for freaking out in my DMs and making this way more enjoyable than it should have been for me. But yeah, lordchefmage played Breker, the Asimir Paladin of Homebrew, I guess we could say, Tyrion Missionary. But yep, I think this is a good place to close the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
If you're a Pokemon Go player out there, have a good time tomorrow on Sunday. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Is it Saturday yet?
No.
Oh.
Sorry.